Hello and welcome to this recap of round 5 in Chennai, the Olympiad in India. By the way, I can see a chipmunk on my fortress here. India is amazing. There are two teams leading now. It is India 2 and Armenia. Armenia is usually always a very strong competitive national team. They have a great chess culture in Armenia. Like they both know dynamics, technical chess, and are theoretically strong. And they back each other up. They have a good team spirit. So they have won the Olympiad 3 times. Even though Armenia is a very small country with not a lot of people. Much less than Denmark. I think half, but they have a lot of grandmasters. So this is an amazing chess country. The other is India, who will replace Armenia soon as one of the guys who will win the Olympiad. And it's India 2. It's the team with Gukas, with Nihal Sarin, with Ranuk Sadvani, Pragnanandar, and Bhaskaran Adiban, known as the Beast, and they are also pretty strong. The US drew their match, and they will have to, against Uzbekistan, and they will have that was the round before. Anyway, they will have to start playing better. They simply have to. It's not enough, as Tara said. It's not enough to be a good player. You must also play well, and this is very true at the Olympiad. The Danish team bounced back with a win against Chinese Taipei. I think most people will call them Taiwan, then just to piss China off. And it was a strange match because Jesper Thybo drew, but he was the first one who was clearly winning, and then something went wrong, and the opponent played rather well, and it was a draw, and the rest they just won. And this team is they have like ratings from 1600 to 2200 or something, and of course they're much better, and some of them have already won like 30 elo points or something. So it's a horrible match to play, but of course the Danish players were better as expected, and no mess up there. We will play Bangladesh in round 6, and now even though they are a strong team, I expect that we have now finally found the way forward, and will be able to play a good match, win it, and hopefully play strong teams in the second half. After this round, there will be the famous Bermuda party. You probably heard about it. It's fun. It's with like 160 different nations partying, and it used to be the Bermuda delegation used to hold this. Nigel Freeman would stand in a Scottish kilt and welcome people, and he would know all their names. He's not here. I haven't seen him, and I think the Indians simply hijacked the Bermuda party, and it should probably be named the Indian party, but it's a legendary name, the Bermuda party, so it will probably keep that name, even though the Bermuda has lost control of it. We will see a great attacking game today. I fell over this game while browsing through some of the game. It's from Czechs versus Mongolia, and I'm sorry, Dambasuren, he actually lives in my hotel that I'm showing you losing in a grand fashion 2 days in a row. But this is such a nice, wonderful attack, so we have to see it. And by the way, Navara is very good when he sort of gets going. So and this is one of the things where he gets. And by the way, it's the Caro-Can, and it's a advanced variation, and there's been playing a lot of games here, and actually you can check it out. Alan Stig Rasmussen played bishop f5, and the opponent played knight c3, and actually had a very dangerous position for black. It seems like the new engines have found a lot of ideas for white in this stuff, so it's not so easy anymore. We used to think it was good for black, but maybe I'm not so sure. Maybe this is something we'll have to check out in our DM talks repertoire. But Batsuren plays c5, and we've seen this before. And here he plays bishop queen d4. We know that Raga played knight f3 against me in the Bundesliga. And here taking on g7 is not good. Black will get really wonderful compensation, but just moving, and b4 the right time for that move, and bishop here. And I think here the black should be worried about bishop takes h7, so he played knight d6, bishop b2 covering the pawn extra, f5, and maybe that's wrong, I don't know. It seems like only move, but here it's Navara, and black's idea is very simple. If white goes something like b5, he will go knight d7 to c5 to e4, and probably get a good position. It will be annoying to have that knight sitting there. So, but Navara will have none of that. There is a clear target here, and take and push and go back to the corner and push again, threatening mate in one. And okay, he did see it. G6 and take back. Rook takes, bishop takes, knight takes, knight c6, threatening to take it here. And covering the pawn. We have to sometimes cover the pawns, even though Navara does not like it. Bishop d2, queen d5, push the knight away before more pressure will be put on this pawn. Oops, sorry. I was just gonna. Black's idea here is to do something like this and this, and this pawn will be in trouble. So push before you can do anything, and knight a7, and it looks fine for black, right? He's winning a pawn here, and but then comes this move. That was a little bit annoying. Actually, turns out queen e7 is probably a serious threat. I think might be. Or bishop b4 and so on. Anyway, what happens here is he played queen c5, preventing queen e7, bishop d5, again attacking here. You could give a check, but white would just go here. It's no problem, it doesn't change anything. Rook e8, bishop f6, and here the attacks really start to get going. It's threatening to take here. Black will take back, and queen f6, check, and mate here. Now, but what about here? And I think black probably thought, I got everything under control. You go knight d5, I'll just take it. Don't worry. And then comes queen d3. And the threat is very, very nice. It's simply to take here. The queen sacrifice. So after first in this move, white would take. You have to take back, otherwise it made one. 8-6, king f8, 8-8, take, and knight d5. Isn't that nice? That's why I really, but we're not finished yet. There will be more niceties. So back again into the corner, queen d5, keeping the pressure on this one, and of course threatening to take the knight, and zigzagging to d7 with mate. Queen f8. Okay, so black was forced to go away from the pawn, giving white a little bit of time to push more into attack. Bishop d7. Again, there's this stuff coming. A lot of lines. Bishop c4. So to take here without allowing the bishop to the pawn to take back, and putting something in between there. So he took here, queen d4, Now the pressure is here. Bishop d8, trying to get rid of some of all these pieces coming at the king, and just taking a pawn. And by the way, that's a nice little double attack. Bishop b5, counter attack. Bishop knight take. Queen d7, threatening here. Threatening here, maybe. Yes, and taking here. Bishop f6, e takes, knight d6, and it's white to move. What would you do? Did you see it? I'll give you a little. I'll give you a few minutes. By the way, we were playing in Hall 2 today, so I was in the other hall where we don't feel like we belong there, but sometimes we end up there anyway. And it's an amazing place because there are all these different countries. Some it's like Eswatini. I don't know where that is, actually, to be honest. I knew a lot about geography, but Eswatini, where is that? And from all over the world, like there are 187 different nations here, and it's everything. It's like Dominica, it's Timor-Leste, that's East Timor, a little island in Indonesia that's independent, and so on. And they're like, and you have a lot of players that are like 1300 or 1400 or something, and of course, if you move to one of these countries, you will have great chances. I'm sure you, as a viewer here on GM Talks, you probably have some rating. You would actually, and there are a lot of players that don't have a rating, but they are all here together for chess, which is just amazing. I think it's the thing that makes the Olympiad magic. It's like everybody's here and they're all here for chess, and there are so many and they're so different, but they can get together on this one thing. Okay, did you see this? It's here, boom, and of course he didn't take, he resigned, and now that is a nice mate, right? This was GM Talks. I hope you enjoyed this video on the Chennai Olympiad. And if there's something you need to know, I will see if there is any nice, interesting gossip coming up on the Bermuda party. At the beginning, it was decided that the youngsters, people between 18 and 21, were not allowed in at the party because in India, the legal drinking age is 21. And in Denmark, it's I think it's 18. But it has been decided that they are allowed in if they don't drink. Let's see how they will avoid that. But it will be interesting. And I remember, like I told you in another video, Carlsen and Kayakin going around talking, and Kayakin saying to Carlsen, "If you drink as much as me, you will die." That was the highlight of that Olympiad. Anyway. This was GM Talks. Thank you for watching.